Printify and Printful had a recent merger, and today we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what this may mean for your business if you're selling with Printify or Printful, and some key takeaways that I think every seller should hear if you are selling with these major print-on-demand companies. So let's hop straight into this video, and I want to give a warm welcome to those who are new to this channel or who are returning. If you can, don't forget to like this video to share to more people. And also, I want to know your thoughts on this merger as well below. So please comment any thoughts that you have with these recent updates and news. And let's just hop straight into it, guys. So before we go any further into this video, I want to go over first and foremost what Printify and Printful mean to the print-on-demand industry. So Printful and Printify, I'm almost saying both at the same time during this video, so my apologies. I've almost like merged in my brain the names, which I just want to mention here that as far as the companies go, they are not like merging to become one. They are operating separately, but they're merging on the back end as far as we know currently from the articles that we have read. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper later on in that. But I do want to say that Printful and Printify, to start off, these companies are the biggest companies in the industry as far as print on demand goes in the print on demand frontier and space. They have offered and done millions and millions of sales every single year, and they are the leading companies that have honestly driven the whole print on demand concept and have expanded and allowed a lot of us sellers who may not have been entrepreneurs before to become entrepreneurs. And they both have opened the doors to so many new sellers online, so many new entrepreneurs, so many new businesses. And these have been leading performers who have competed in the world of print on demand and in the industry of print on demand. So them merging is a huge thing. And it's a beautiful thing. It's not a negative in my opinion. And from what I'm seeing, I think it's a wonderful thing that we're going to be seeing in these companies combining their strong suits. Anywho, I'm going to pull up my screen here just to show what we're looking at as far as the recent article that came out, because I want to mention here that this is just the beginning and Printify and Printful is still talking about this merger. There is no concrete things that have came about yet. We have just only first heard about this through an article and from what I have seen in the Printify email. So let's pull that up and go over these together. Okay, so now we're on my laptop and I wanted to show the recent article that came out on Tech EU about Printful and Printify's merger that is going to offer a new era for print on demand. So this is what's really exciting is since we have two major print on demand providers and companies merging together, as far as what Printify has kind of said in these articles and announced is that both platforms and brands will be operating individually and there will be a stronger company behind the scenes. So as far as what we know right now, again, Printful, Printify is going to be operating separately and individually, but together they will be operating behind the scenes, which only, again, is going to mean more benefits and more increases in standards and quality of their products and just their global impact, which is really great to see again, because the more that they increase in their quality standards and reach and global impact, that just allows us as print on demand sellers to be able to expand as well with them. So we're going to see a bigger scale of what us as sellers can offer. So if you're not already with Printify or Printful, you may want to consider jumping into either company. I would maybe recommend looking at both now, since these are both combining, and we're going to see an increase and just all over a lot of great things coming from merging and combining both companies. Now, what I have read from this, I've seen that they are not going to be changing their websites or integrating both Printify and Printful. They are both going to be separate websites as far as this article entails. One thing to note here is that from both these companies coming together, we're getting the best of both worlds, so to speak, by combining both companies. There is 85 plus print providers in combination of both companies, in which there are so many different products that are going to be added to both inventories that we most likely will be seeing in the future as well. And that's a really exciting thing. Also, there's 117 locations combined between Printful and Printify. So again, another positive. Now, what does this mean for your print on demand business? Whatever platform that you're selling on, whether that's the new Amazon integrations or eBay or Shopify, Etsy, wherever you are selling, here are the pluses of having so many print providers. Now, if you're coming from Printful and you haven't heard of print providers, or maybe that's one reason why you didn't use Printify is because print providers may have caused overwhelm for you. What print providers are they are locations and warehouses and separate businesses that print, pack, and ship and fulfill the products that you are selling on your Etsy shop or your Shopify store. So those are the warehouses that are going to be fulfilling those products that you are creating and selling to your customers. Now, what Printful does is they, instead of calling it a print provider, they just have their products that are integrated without saying or choosing your print providers individually. As far as Printify does, on Printify, you can select your print providers individually. So if you wanted to use, let's say, Swift POD or Monster Digital, you can select that on Printify. However, on Printful, it's a little bit different where instead of selecting print providers, Printful, what it does is it is selecting that in a way for you without you having that overwhelm or maybe struggle in deciding the right print provider. So in these two major print on demand companies combining, what this means is that we will have more stock reliability. We will have probably less shipping fees. As far as with more print providers comes, we have so many print companies and providers and warehouses where our products can be printed, packed, and fulfilled in different countries. So if your customer is maybe purchasing from Canada, if we have more warehouses and print providers, then that means that most likely that's going to mean we're going to be able to fulfill our orders in a Canada-based print provider or warehouse, as opposed to maybe choosing the United States or maybe a print provider in Europe that is going to maybe double our shipping costs, right? So usually domestic shipping costs are going to be the lowest. So this is a huge plus overall. And again, we're kind of fusing the best of both worlds from this merger. So the next exciting thing that I wanted to address is that we have more products at our disposal now as print on demand sellers if Printful and Printify are going to merge. So this means over 1,000 different products that we can create listings for and new products and design for as print on demand business owners, which is a huge plus again, because we are expanding our catalogs, so to speak, as print on demand sellers. And that makes other products that we usually wouldn't be able to select before or prior to this merger that we're now able to create for. And one thing to note is Printful has a lot of embroidery, so does Printify now. Printify is expanding their embroidery catalog, but this just allows us to choose and select from so many different product types. And it really does allow us to kind of break through that saturation, so to speak, in certain markets because we can offer unique product types, right? So that's a huge plus of this merger as well. The other thing is to say with the new locations, we have a larger reach as far as how many places and how many countries we can sell to now as well from that expanded range of warehouses and print providers. And again, those warehouses and print providers merging. So there's just so much that is exciting to this merger. And if you are a part of Printful or Printify's email list already, you should also receive an email that goes over some of these exciting announcements. I'm going to pull up my email here. So This is what's super exciting is that Printify and Printful on both frontiers have emailed us and let us know that Printify has entered into a merger agreement. And this is super exciting. I will say this was surprising to me. I did not know anything prior. I had no word from either company. But when I saw this in email, at first I took a moment. I stared at it and then I was like, you know what? This is probably the best thing that could have happened. And these are two of my favorite Latvia companies. So it's kind of cool to see both of these merging. I have used Printful in the past, and I've used Printify as my main print on demand company in the past few years. So it was very exciting to see because I know they are both just crushing it in the print on demand space. And it's really great to see two major companies coming together and combining their resources and efforts. So here's what Printify has stated in their email, that they are still closing the last few elements of the deal and they expect to close very soon. So from what we know currently on Printify's end is that, again, some things that I already touched on and mentioned, which is even more of the top of the line products we're going to see. We're going to see more global coverage. We're going to be increasing our quality. And then also what I love to see here is that Printify and Printful are addressing that they are going to remain and keep their deep commitment to merchant profitability and also increase the platform experiences. There's so many platforms that Printify and Printful have integrated to, so we're going to see that continue as we go forward with both companies combined. And then also they're still sticking to service and their customer service, and Printify has always been known to have incredible and great customer service, and that's really great to see that they're going to be merging with Printful, and that's still something very top of importance for both companies. So I really love to see that because that also aligns with my own goals as a seller and entrepreneur in my time with selling with print on demand. So all in all, there's just a lot of great things and exciting things here to hear that two major print on demand companies are coming together and they're going to join their efforts. And that is only going to help us as print on demand sellers, in my own opinion. For more information to come and more news to come, I plan to post more updates to this Printify and Printful merger. Currently, this is all that we really know right now at this time. And there is some more fun things to come. It's really great to hear that these companies are expanding and improving, and they will be doing that together and kind of combining the best of both their worlds, right? So, all in all, I just want to say that I am very excited for what is to come. And I know both companies seem to be as well. So that's just all over good things. And I know for when this news first came out, maybe some people were like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And I know I had a moment of that as well. And I just want to say this is all very exciting news. All in all, I hope that this breaks down a lot of things for those of you who had a lot of questions with this recent news and this merger. Besides that, let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to know what you all are thinking as well, and to start discussions and open discussions about this merger. Besides that, don't forget to like this video to share to more people, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video here.